Welcome back to our YouTube channel, Entrepreneurs Cirque. In this channel, we talk about entrepreneurship, its challenges, risks, and success. In business, the world doesn't stand still. It's a fundamental truth, more potent today than at any point in human history. The landscape of commerce is not a fixed map, it's a relentlessly flowing river, constantly carving new paths, eroding old certainties, and revealing unforeseen opportunities. The pace of this change is staggering. What was a groundbreaking technology yesterday is a standard feature today and obsolete tomorrow. Entire industries can be upended in a matter of years, not decades, by a handful of innovators in a garage or a new line of code. This isn't chaos, it's the new calculus of progress. It's a dynamic environment where consumer behaviors shift with the speed of a viral tweet, and global supply chains can be reconfigured by a single geopolitical event. To stand still, to cling to the belief that what works now will work forever, is to be swept away by the current. Trends change. They are the surface ripples that signal deep undercurrents of transformation. Think of the once mighty Blockbuster, a titan of home entertainment, rendered a relic by the digital stream of Netflix. Consider the taxi medallions, once a secure, six-figure investment, devalued by the convenience of ride-sharing apps like Uber and Lyft. Markets evolve. They are living ecosystems, not static spreadsheets. They respond to new stimuli, new needs, and new possibilities. The market for music shifted from physical records to digital downloads to subscription streams. The market for information moved from printed encyclopedias to CD-ROMs to the instantaneous, collective intelligence of the web. Each evolution wasn't just a change in delivery, it was a fundamental restructuring of value, access, and customer expectation. Ignoring these evolutions, mistaking a temporary trend for a passing fad, is one of the most common and fatal mistakes an entrepreneur can make. The market has no sentiment, it only has momentum, and the future belongs to those who can adapt. This isn't just a motivational platitude, it's the core principle of business evolution. Charles Darwin's famous insight wasn't about the survival of the strongest, but the survival of the fittest, meaning those best fitted to their environment. In the entrepreneurial ecosystem, the fittest are not necessarily the biggest, the most funded, or the first to market. They are the most adaptable. They are the chameleons who can change their colors to match the shifting landscape. They are the organisms that can evolve new capabilities to thrive in a new climate. Adaptability is the master skill, the meta-competence that underpins all others. It is the ability to see the storm coming before the clouds gather, to feel the tectonic shifts in the market before the ground starts to shake, and to have the foresight and agility to act. The truth is, success in entrepreneurship isn't just about hard work or big ideas. Let's be clear, those elements are indispensable. They are the price of admission. A powerful idea is the spark, and relentless hard work is the fuel. But they are not, on their own, a guarantee of success. The history of innovation is a graveyard of brilliant ideas that were poorly timed, mismatched to the market, or stubbornly pursued long after the world had moved on. It's littered with the burnout of founders who worked 100-hour weeks, but were pushing against a locked door. The hustle is only effective if it's pointed in the right direction, and that direction can change overnight. The missing piece of the puzzle, the catalyst that transforms hard work and great ideas into sustainable success, is a different quality entirely. It's about versatility. Think of the most useful tool you can imagine. It's likely not a hammer, which is perfect for one job, but a Swiss Army knife. It has a blade for cutting, a screwdriver for fixing, a can opener for sustenance. Its power lies not in being the absolute best at any single task, but in its readiness for a multitude of unforeseen challenges. This is the model for the modern founder and the adaptable organization. Versatility is the capacity to wear different hats. To be the visionary CEO one day, the data-driven analyst the next, and the empathetic customer service rep the day after. But it goes deeper. It's about building a versatile company, a team with a diverse skill set, a technology stack that is modular and scalable, and a business model that has flexibility baked into its DNA. It's about having multiple tools in your toolbox and the wisdom to know which one to use, when to use it, and when you need to invent a new one entirely. This versatility is expressed through two critical actions: the ability to learn and to pivot. Learning in this context is not academic. It is an active, perpetual process of discovery. It is the discipline of the build, measure, learn loop, championed by the lean startup movement. You build a minimum viable version of your idea. You measure how customers react to it with real-world data, and you learn from that feedback to decide what to do next. It means treating every failure not as a catastrophe, but as a tuition payment for a valuable lesson. It's about fostering a culture where curiosity is rewarded and assumptions are relentlessly challenged. This commitment to learning is what gives you the insight and the courage to pivot. A pivot is not an admission of failure. It is a structured, strategic course correction. It's a deliberate change in direction based on what you have learned. Think of the legendary pivots. Stuart Butterfield's team was building a video game called Glitch. When the game failed, they realized the internal communication tool they'd built to coordinate their work was the real product. That tool became Slack. YouTube began as a video dating site called TuneIn Hookup. When they saw users uploading videos of everything themselves looking for a date, they adapted, opening the platform to all content and changing the world. Instagram was born from the ashes of a complex, location-based check-in app called Bourbon. The founders noticed users loved only one feature, the photo filters, so they stripped everything else away and focused on that. These weren't acts of desperation, they were acts of supreme adaptability. Take a moment to like, share, and subscribe to your channel so you can get more contents like this. Thank you. This is how you gain the confidence to take the path less taken when everyone else stays on the safe road. The safe road, the established market, the proven business model, the conventional wisdom is comfortable. It's also crowded, competitive, and offers diminishing returns. It's a red ocean, churning with rivals fighting over a shrinking pool of profit. The path less taken is uncertain. It's unpaved. There are no signposts. It's where you find the blue oceans, the uncontested market spaces ripe for growth. Taking this path requires a different kind of courage. Not the blind courage of a gambler, but the calculated courage of an explorer who has studied the stars, understands the currents, and trusts their instruments. It's the courage to act on an insight that others dismiss, to serve a customer that others ignore, and to build a future that others can't yet see. This is the essence of entrepreneurship. It's not about avoiding risk. It's about mastering it through relentless adaptation. In the chapters to come, we will equip you with the compass, the map-making tools, and the survival skills to navigate this terrain, to build a business that doesn't just endure the future, but defines it. Comfort is dangerous. It feels like success until it becomes your limitation. Remember Blockbuster? Nokia? Kodak? They didn't fail because they were weak. They failed because they stopped adapting. They stayed in their comfort zone while the world moved forward. In the grand arena of entrepreneurship, most people are given the same map. It points down a well-paved highway, complete with familiar signposts. Follow best practices, enter proven markets, adopt validated technologies, and minimize risk at all costs. It's the path of the predictable, the safe, the conventional. It promises a steady journey, but it rarely leads to a truly groundbreaking destination. The entrepreneurs who win tomorrow, the ones who don't just participate in the future but actively create it, are those who choose to throw that map away. They are those brave enough to explore what others ignore today. This bravery isn't recklessness. It's a form of calculated courage, rooted in a deeper vision. While the crowd rushes towards the bright, noisy center of the market, the unconventional founder is drawn to the quiet edges. They possess a unique kind of perception, an ability to see shimmering potential in the areas everyone else has written off as barren. They understand that true competitive advantage isn't found by being slightly better at what everyone else is already doing. It's found by being the first, and for a time, the only, one doing something entirely new. This journey begins with a deliberate choice, to look where no one else is looking and to listen for the signals that others can't hear. Consider the realm of technology. The conventional playbook says to wait. Wait for the new tech to be de-risked. Wait for the case studies, the developer conferences, the polished APIs. Wait until it's a line item on a Gartner Magic Quadrant. But by then, the strategic advantage is gone. It's become a tool for incremental improvement, not radical transformation. The unconventional founder operates at the other end of the spectrum. They test new technologies before they trend. They aren't just early adopters. They are co-developers of the future. They dive into the messy, undocumented, and often frustrating world of alpha stage tech because they see its fundamental promise. They're willing to wrestle with buggy software and non-existent support forms because they're not just trying to apply a new tool to an old problem. They're trying to understand the first principles of the technology to imagine entirely new categories of solutions. Think of the first developers who saw the internet not as a digital library, but as a platform for global connection and commerce. They built the first e-commerce sites when people were terrified to enter a credit card online. That's the mindset. It's about seeing the oak tree in the acorn. This same principle applies to markets. The world's attention is focused on a handful of mature, saturated hubs. Silicon Valley, New York, London. These are red oceans where countless competitors fight over slivers of existing market share. The unconventional founder, however, looks elsewhere. They enter new markets before they mature. These aren't just geographical frontiers. They can be demographic, psychographic, or cultural. It could be building financial tools for the passion economy, creating healthcare solutions for overlooked rural communities, or developing platforms for a new generation of gamers. These markets are often ignored because they don't fit the neat profiles that analysts and VCs are used to. They're seen as too small, too complex, or too different. But where others see obstacles, the visionary sees a blue ocean of opportunity. They do the hard, unglamorous work of immersion. They learn the local customs, understand the unique pain points, and build relationships from the ground up. They don't just export a product, they co-create a solution with the community they aim to serve. This approach builds a deep, authentic moat of trust and brand loyalty that late-coming competitors can never replicate. Perhaps the most defining characteristic of the unconventional path is its relationship with risk. From the outside, their decisions can seem baffling, even irresponsible. They take risks that look unreasonable until the world catches up. This isn't blind gambling, it's asymmetric risk-taking. They are making bets where the downside is limited, perhaps their time and some seed capital. But the upside is monumental and industry-defining. They question the fundamental assumptions of how business is done. Why do customers have to buy software in a box? Led to SaaS. Why do you need a taxi medallion to give someone a ride? Led to ride-sharing. Why can't you buy a mattress online? Created a new category of D2C giants. Each of these ideas was initially met with ridicule. They were called toys, niche solutions, or simply impossible. The founders were told they didn't understand the industry, but the truth was, they understood the customer and the future better than the incumbents. The moment of vindication, when the world finally pivots to your point of view, is profound. The risk that looked unreasonable in retrospect becomes an act of genius. That is the power of conviction. But we must not romanticize this journey without acknowledging its cost. That's the beauty of the path less taken. It's beautiful in its outcome, but often brutal in its process. It's lonely at first, profoundly lonely. You are living in a future that only you can see. Your friends in stable corporate jobs celebrate promotions while you celebrate debugging a critical piece of code at 3 a.m. Your family expresses concern, translating your passion as instability. You attend parties and try to explain your vision, only to be met with blank stares or polite, patronizing smiles. This isolation isn't just social, it's intellectual. There are no textbooks for what you're doing, no mentors who have walked this exact path. You are both the explorer and the map maker. But this solitude is also a crucible. It forges a resilience and a clarity of thought that cannot be developed in a crowd. And then, slowly, things begin to change. The first person who truly understands your vision and wants to join your mission. The first customer who uses your product and whose life is genuinely improved by it. The first small check from an investor who says, "I don't fully get it, but I believe in you." These are not just business milestones. They are beacons of light, proving you are not crazy. They are the first citizens of the future you are building. The loneliness never vanishes completely. It transforms into the unique burden and privilege of leadership. But it is the price of admission for the ultimate reward. It leads to ownership of the future. This ownership isn't just about equity or market share. It's the authority to set the new standard. It's the power to define the terms of the next decade. It's the ability to build a world that is more efficient, more connected, more sustainable, or more equitable because of the path you dared to walk. The conventional path is for managing the present. The unconventional path is for building the future. The only question is, which path will you choose? There's a myth that plagues the world of entrepreneurship, a seductive whisper that tells you to find your one thing and do it relentlessly. It shows you an image of a single blinking cursor on a dark screen, a symbol of pure, unadulterated focus. And it tells you that any deviation from this path is a distraction, a weakness. But this is a dangerous misunderstanding of what it truly takes to build something from nothing. Being versatile doesn't mean losing focus. In the chaotic, unpredictable world of a startup, true focus isn't about staring at a single point on the map. It's about keeping your eyes on the destination, even as the terrain beneath your feet shifts, crumbles, and reforms. It means expanding your power, not diluting it. It's the ability to zoom out from that single blinking cursor and see the entire architecture of your vision taking shape. It's stepping out of the dark, confined space of a single specialty and into a brighter, more expansive reality where your capabilities multiply, where new charts of possibility expand outward from your core idea. This expansion requires you to become a master of transformation. You must learn to inhabit multiple roles, not just sequentially, but sometimes all at once. You might be the founder today, the one who holds the original spark of the idea. You are the keeper of the flame, the visionary who sees the cathedral where others only see a pile of stones. Your job is to articulate that vision with such clarity and passion that others can't help but see it too. But tomorrow, that vision is worthless if no one knows it exists. So, you'll need to become a marketer. You'll step into the digital war room surrounded by campaign boards and ad dashboards. You'll become obsessed with acronyms like CAC, LTV, and CTR. You won't just be approving campaigns. You'll be dissecting them, understanding the psychology of your audience, crafting messages that resonate, and finding the most efficient channels to deliver them. You'll learn that marketing isn't just about shouting into the void, it's about starting a conversation. And the best conversations are built on great stories. So the next day, you become a storyteller. You'll find yourself in front of a camera, not just reciting facts, but weaving a narrative. You'll sketch out storyboards, thinking about the emotional journey you want your customers, your investors, and your team to take. You'll learn that people don't buy what you do. They buy why you do it. Your origin story, your mission, the struggles you've overcome, these are not just anecdotes. They are the very fabric of your brand. Then, the day after that, with the vision clear, the message spreading, and the story resonating, you must become a strategist. You'll lean over the chessboard, seeing not just the next move, but the entire game, 10 moves ahead. You'll map out your product roadmap, your competitive positioning, your financial projections. This isn't about rigid 5-year plans. It's about creating a flexible framework for decision-making, a strategic compass that helps you navigate uncertainty and seize opportunities. It's about knowing which piece to sacrifice to win the game. But the roles don't stop there. The modern entrepreneur must wear many, many hats. On Monday morning, you are the lead salesperson, the first and most passionate evangelist for your product. You're on the phone, in meetings, doing demos, translating features into benefits, and handling objections with grace. You learn to listen more than you talk, understanding that every sales call is a gold mine of market intelligence. By Monday afternoon, you're the head of product, poring over user feedback, analyzing usage data, and agonizing over the prioritization of the next feature. You become the voice of the customer inside your own company, championing their needs and ensuring that what you're building is not just cool, but genuinely useful and solves a real problem. On Tuesday, you're the CFO, the financial steward. You're not just looking at a bank balance. You're managing cash flow, building financial models, and understanding your burn rate down to the last dollar. You learn the language of spreadsheets and projections because you know that a brilliant idea without a sustainable financial model is just a hobby. On Wednesday, you're the head of HR. You're writing job descriptions, interviewing candidates, and most importantly, consciously building the culture of your company with every single hire. You understand that a team of A players with a toxic culture will fail, while a team of passionate learners who trust each other can achieve the impossible. And on Friday, after a week of playing all these high-level roles, you might be the one taking out the trash or assembling a new desk, because in a startup, no task is beneath you. The mission is all that matters. Each of these roles demands a different part of your brain, a different set of skills, a different emotional frequency. And the true genius of the versatile founder lies in the ability to switch between them seamlessly. This is where purpose becomes your anchor. All these hats must be worn with purpose. Without a clear, unwavering mission, this constant shifting becomes a frantic, exhausting dance of busyness. You become a jack of all trades and a master of none. But with a powerful why pinned to your wall, a mission statement that you believe in down to your bones, every role you play, every skill you acquire becomes another tool in service of that single, overarching goal. Your focus isn't scattered, it's integrated. This is how you shift gears without losing momentum. Think of it like a high-performance vehicle navigating a complex city. It's not just about raw speed on a straightaway. It's about the smooth upshift as you hit an open road, the precise downshift as you approach a tight corner, the steady control as you navigate traffic. The engine, your purpose, is always running, always ready. The gears you select are simply the most effective way to apply that power to the specific road conditions you face at that moment. Your tachometer remains steady, even as the world outside blurs into gliding city lights. Or picture an elite triathlete. They don't just run. They must be a powerful swimmer, an enduring cyclist, and a swift runner. The transition from water to bike, and from bike to pavement, is a critical moment where races are won or lost. They don't stop and restart. They flow. They have practiced the art of the shift. They maintain their forward momentum, their heart rate, their competitive fire, even as the discipline changes completely. This is your challenge as a founder, to move from a technical deep dive to an investor pitch to a customer support call with the same energy and focus, carrying the momentum of your mission through every transition. So, embrace the multiplicity. Don't shy away from the skills you haven't learned yet. See every challenge as an invitation to add another hat to your collection, another tool to your belt. The world no longer rewards the hyper-specialized cog in the machine, especially not in the realm of creation. It rewards the dynamic, the adaptable, the learners. It rewards those who can be a founder, a marketer, a storyteller, and a strategist, all before lunch. Because versatility is not a sign of weakness or a lack of direction. It is your single greatest asset. It is the engine of innovation. It is, without a doubt, your superpower. The next era of business won't be defined by who started first, but by who kept evolving. Those who reinvent themselves when others resist change. Those who see opportunity where others see chaos. That's the essence of versatility. That's what creates future-proof entrepreneurs. So if you're building something today, ask yourself, are you building for the comfort of now or for the opportunities of tomorrow? Because the future doesn't wait for those who play it safe. The journey of entrepreneurship ultimately rewards those who dare to take the path less taken, and who possess the creative versatility to not just follow it, but to forge it and make it their own. Thank you for coming this far with us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.